We all struggle with time. It's something we can never escape, because Father Time is undefeated. So why don't we actually go through the history of what Fallout is? The Fallout game series is a post-apocalyptic role-playing game franchise that has been popular ever since entering the mainstream with Fallout 3's release. The other two were kind of weird, but they do still exist. Fallout 1 released in 1999 by Interplay, a complete different publisher. The first two games are classics, but it's nothing like modern Fallout. The top-down perspective and the clunky 90s game mechanics kinda make this game hard to learn. I would know. I tried and I failed. The franchise has undergone several different iterations since its inception, with each game introducing new gameplay mechanics and expanding on the series' lore. With its blend of RPG elements, dark humor, and the post-apocalyptic themes popularized by like Mad Max, I guess, all of that is good and all, but Father Time comes knocking in a big way. Fallout is in a rough spot as of right now, and that's weird to think of because every single game in its lineup since Fallout 3 has been incredibly financially successful, but once you actually look into each game, every single one has a skeleton in its closet, something we'd all rather forget about. Fallout 3's biggest criticism was that it was such a drastic change from those first two Fallout games, being thrown across the country with a story that just ends after its finale. Broken Steel didn't exist, so yeah, if you wanted to keep playing the game, you would have to revert your save back. This is also one of New Vegas's faults as well that I still kind of find weird. Although this can be excused because of the lack of development time, because Bethesda really wanted it to come out the door, which left it a buggy, glitchy mess years and years later. Fallout 4 had a god-awful speech system and mediocre story at best, but it's the best engine this game has ever run on. And then there's Fallout 76. Do I really need to talk about Fallout 76? I don't think so. So Fallout's struggle with time is a twofold battle, larger than anything Todd Howard could have envisioned. Calling Todd Howard the problem is like that Shaq and Kobe video. It's too easy. The first struggle with time is actually in the game, and that's an ongoing issue. Balancing the game's post-apocalyptic setting with the passage of time. Each installment of the series is set years or even decades after the previous game. While interesting for the story as we can see Arthur Maxon go from being a kid to a fully grown adult leading the Brotherhood of Steel, it puts a massive strain on the writers and developers in terms of crafting a cohesive world that feels true to the past titles while balancing that ever-creeping modern gaming tropes. This has led to varying degrees of success in the series, and I'll leave that alone because everyone has their own opinions on the development of the series, modern Fallout, etc., etc. But some games have really struggled to fit in with one another, because time and location has really handicapped the series' true potential, whether it be on the East Coast, West Coast, New Orleans. I know everyone wants a Fallout New Orleans, or whatever. Now, the second struggle with time really shows the hindrance of the franchise. In the late 2000s, Fallout was the king of the mountain. The stars aligned with the takeoff of console gaming with Fallout 3 and New Vegas' release. However, since then, it's been a really painful run. The long wait between Fallout 4 and Fallout 5 has allowed other game franchises like The Outer Worlds the opportunity to fill the void left by Fallout. Competition is never good in the gaming market because cannibalization exists. You only have so much money to spend, so dollars will be sucked away from your game. Yet Bethesda has doubled down on finishing titles like Starfield because they don't want to lose control. Because last time they did that, Fallout New Vegas came out, which birthed a whole lot of Obsidian should make Fallout debates, which has only increased with time as well. I think one of the biggest pieces of time is, what is Fallout 5 going to look like? Is it going to be in the creation engine? Is it going to be in something else? Is it going to be anything like Fallout 4 or 76 or more like New Vegas? It's up in the air. Your guess is as good as mine. And who is going to play it? Whatever decision they make will alienate fans who preferred the styles of the previous games, no matter which one it is. Bethesda is going to feel the heat sooner than later, and that pressure is going to build, and the noise is going to get a little louder the longer they wait. It's all just a matter of time. And now Fallout sits in purgatory, waiting for other Bethesda titles like Starfield to come out before they can even get a crack at it. And that's going to be a really long time. And what are we left with? What do these games still offer you to make you go back and play that again once more? That's more than just a casual run, because you haven't played Fallout in a year or two, so why not just experience it again? I don't know the answer. I've 100% completed 3 main Fallout games, and I'm not sure what to do next. I don't know what Fallout 5 is going to be, how they're going to do it, or maybe even when it is, because nobody knows, except maybe Todd Howard himself, who has not been the most truthful person when it comes to Fallout in the past decade. Because sometimes it doesn't just work, Todd. I want Fallout to be as successful as possible, but who knows what that will look like? I certainly don't. There's only so much you can play Fallout 76, a game held by a skeleton crew that hasn't had any resources except the dev time to actually finish the game. I feel like the longer we wait for Fallout, the further in the food chain it drops. And maybe it's time to let Fallout go and go experience this amazing genre further in. But I hope that's wrong. I hope Fallout is the king of the mountain. I hope Fallout 5 hits it out of the park, because I love this series too much to let it go. And I know I'm not alone. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what I do, maybe consider checking out some of my other stuff. Thank you so much.
Fully dynamic game engine is, all of this just works. I'm not kidding.